Charles Bronson became famous playing strong, silent characters in movies. However, away from the cameras, his life had secrets and surprising stories. Now, his daughter has shared new information about him, confirming some things people suspected were true. Let's explore this story, as told by someone who knew him best. She talks about how different he was at home compared to his movie roles. While he often played tough guys who didn't show much emotion, at home he was a loving and caring father. She remembers him telling bedtime stories and always being there for her and her siblings. She also addresses some of the rumors that have circulated about him over the years. Some people thought he was difficult to work with, but she says that he was always professional and respectful on set. She explains that he took his work seriously and expected others to do the same. Furthermore, she sheds light on his personal struggles. He faced challenges in his life, like anyone else, and she talks about how he dealt with them. She emphasizes his resilience and determination to overcome obstacles. She also confirms that he was a private person who valued his family above all else. Despite his fame, he always made time for his loved ones and tried to keep their lives as normal as possible. She shares anecdotes about family vacations and everyday moments that show a different side of the actor. She hopes that by sharing her story, people will see him as more than just a movie star. She wants people to remember him as a loving father, a dedicated professional, and a complex individual with his own set of challenges and triumphs. She leaves us with a more complete picture of the man behind the tough guy image, revealing the truths that have long been whispered about. Charles Bronson's story begins in a small town called Ehrenfeld, Pennsylvania. This town was nestled in the Allegheny Mountains and was known for its coal mines. He came into the world on November 3, 1921. His parents were immigrants from Lithuania, and he was one of 15 children, being the 11th. Life in a large family in a mining town wasn't easy. Sadly, when he was only 10 years old, his father passed away. His father's death was due to a lung disease he got from working in the coal mines for many years. This loss created even bigger money problems for the family, making things very tough for everyone. Growing up, Charles Bronson faced some challenges because English wasn't the main language at home. This made it harder for him to fit in when he was younger. He had a noticeable accent, and sometimes even people he served with in the military thought he was from another country because of it. Besides English, he could speak Lithuanian, Russian, and Greek fluently. These language skills likely came from his family background and the community he grew up in. Having a strong accent and speaking multiple languages probably shaped his early experiences and how others saw him. It's interesting to think about how these language skills might have influenced his acting career, even though he was known more for his tough guy roles than his linguistic abilities. Perhaps his understanding of different cultures through language gave him a broader perspective. It's also possible that his early struggles with English made him more determined to succeed. His ability to speak Lithuanian, Russian, and Greek shows a connection to his heritage and a talent for languages that many people might not know about. This part of his life adds another layer to the story of how he became the famous actor we remember. It's a reminder that everyone has a unique background that shapes who they are. Charles Bronson's early life took him far from the glitz and glamour of Hollywood. At the young age of 16, he found himself working in the tough world of coal mining. Initially, his job was in the mining office, handling paperwork and other administrative tasks. However, it wasn't long before he ventured into the depths of the mines themselves. Down in the dark and dusty tunnels, Bronson's job was to extract coal. For every ton of coal he managed to dig out, he earned $1. While this might seem like a decent wage at the time, the work was incredibly dangerous and physically demanding. Miners faced the constant threat of cave-ins, explosions, and other accidents. The air was thick with coal dust, making it hard to breathe, and leading to long-term health problems. The grueling nature of coal mining left its mark on Bronson, both physically and mentally. He carried lasting physical scars from his time in the mines, reminders of the hazards he faced every day. Perhaps even more significantly, the experience instilled in him a deep fear of confined spaces, a condition known as claustrophobia. This fear would stay with him throughout his life, a constant reminder of the dark and dangerous world he once inhabited. His experiences in the coal mines shaped him in profound ways, instilling a toughness and resilience that would later serve him well in his acting career. The hard labor and constant danger taught him the value of perseverance and the importance of facing challenges head-on. These early experiences undoubtedly contributed to the stoic and determined persona that he often portrayed on screen. The grit and determination he learned in the mines translated into a powerful presence that resonated with audiences. He understood hardship and struggle, and he brought that understanding to his roles, making his characters believable and relatable. His time as a coal miner was a formative period in his life, shaping his character and influencing his career in ways that few could have predicted. It was a stark contrast to the world of Hollywood, but it provided him with a foundation of strength and resilience that would serve him well. Charles Bronson's early life was marked by significant financial struggles. His family faced immense hardship during the Great Depression, a time when many people lost their jobs and savings. The Bronsons were not immune to these difficulties, and they often went hungry. Food was scarce, and Bronson's mother sometimes had to resort to feeding his younger sister warm tea because they couldn't afford milk. The lack of resources impacted every aspect of their lives. Bronson himself experienced the sting of poverty firsthand. On one occasion, the family was so short on clothing that he had to wear his sister's dress to school. This was a difficult experience for a young boy, but it highlighted the extreme poverty his family endured. These early experiences shaped Bronson's character and instilled in him a strong work ethic and a deep appreciation for the value of money. He understood the importance of providing for oneself and one's family, a lesson learned through the harsh realities of his childhood. The challenges he faced during the Great Depression undoubtedly influenced his later career choices and his approach to life. He never forgot the struggles of his youth, and they served as a constant reminder of the importance of hard work and perseverance. His ability to overcome these early obstacles speaks to his resilience and determination, qualities that would later define his success as an actor. The memories of hunger and hardship stayed with him, fueling his drive to achieve a better life for himself and his loved ones. These early financial struggles were a defining chapter in Charles Bronson's life, leaving an indelible mark on his character and shaping the man he would become. During World War II, Charles Bronson joined the United States Army Air Forces in 1943. Stories circulated that he was a tail gunner on a bomber plane. However, the truth is a bit different. While he did train to be a gunner, he never actually served in that role in combat. Instead, Bronson's military service mainly involved driving a delivery truck. He transported supplies and materials where they were needed. This was an important job, even if it wasn't as glamorous as being a tail gunner. Driving a delivery truck helped keep the war effort moving forward. It ensured that troops and other personnel had the resources they needed. So, while Bronson's war experience wasn't the stuff of action movies, it was still a valuable contribution to his country. His time in the military shaped him in ways that would later influence his acting career. He learned discipline and the importance of hard work. These qualities helped him succeed in Hollywood. His military service remained a significant part of his life story. Even though the details were sometimes misunderstood, he always remembered his time in the Army Air Forces and the people he served with. It was a period that taught him a lot about himself and the world around him. His experiences during the war stayed with him long after he became a famous actor. It was a chapter of his life that he never forgot, and it helped make him the man he was. Following his time in the war, Charles Bronson took on several different jobs to make a living. He worked hard as a bricklayer, cooked food quickly as a short-order cook, and even rented out beach chairs to people visiting Atlantic City. During this time, he found something he really enjoyed: acting. It happened when some actors were impressed with his ability to paint. This gave him the idea to try acting himself. So, in 1949, he decided to move to California. Once there, he signed up at the Pasadena Playhouse to learn how to act properly. This was the start of his journey into the world of acting, where he hoped to build a new career and life for himself. He was determined to make the most of this opportunity and worked hard to develop his skills. He knew it would be a challenge, but he was excited to see where this new path would lead him. He spent hours practicing his lines and learning about different acting techniques. The Pasadena Playhouse provided him with a solid foundation in acting, and he made many connections with other aspiring actors and industry professionals. He took every opportunity to perform in student productions and workshops, gaining valuable experience and building his confidence. He understood that success in acting required not only talent but also hard work, dedication, and perseverance. He was willing to put in the time and effort needed to achieve his goals. He knew that the road ahead would be long and challenging, but he was determined to make a name for himself in Hollywood. He continued to hone his skills, attending acting classes and workshops, and seeking out opportunities to perform. He understood that building a successful acting career required patience, persistence, and a willingness to learn and grow. He remained focused on his goals, working tirelessly to improve his craft and make his mark in the entertainment industry. He was always open to new experiences and challenges, eager to expand his horizons and push himself beyond his comfort zone. He knew that the journey to success would be filled with obstacles, but he was determined to overcome them and achieve his dreams. He never lost sight of his passion for acting, and he continued to pursue his goals with unwavering determination. He was always grateful for the opportunities he had been given, and he remained committed to making the most of them. He understood that success was not just about personal achievement, but also about giving back to the community and inspiring others. He hoped that his story would encourage others to pursue their dreams, no matter how difficult they may seem. He believed that with hard work, dedication, and a positive attitude, anything is possible. He continued to work hard, always striving to improve and make a positive impact on the world around him. Charles Bronson, initially known as Charles Buczynski, began his acting journey with small parts. At first, he wasn't even credited for his work. His very first appearance on film was as a sailor in the 1951 movie called You're in the Navy Now. Throughout the 1950s, he took on many roles, often playing tough and strong characters in both movies and on television. These early roles helped him build a foundation for his later, more prominent work, establishing him as a reliable and rugged presence in the entertainment industry. He steadily gained experience and recognition, setting the stage for his eventual rise to fame as a leading man known for his intense and stoic performances. These early experiences were crucial in shaping his acting style and persona, which would later define his career. He worked diligently, taking on diverse roles that allowed him to hone his skills and develop a strong screen presence. This period of his career was marked by consistent effort and a gradual increase in visibility, paving the way for the iconic roles he would later become famous for. His dedication and perseverance during these early years were instrumental in his long and successful career, demonstrating his commitment to the craft of acting. He continued to seek out opportunities to expand his range and refine his abilities, always striving to improve and make a lasting impression on audiences. This commitment to his work laid the groundwork for his future success and solidified his reputation as a versatile and dedicated actor. He embraced the challenges of each role, using them as stepping stones to further his career and establish himself as a prominent figure in Hollywood. His early work, though often uncredited or minor, was essential in shaping his identity as an actor and setting the stage for the iconic roles that would define his legacy. He approached each role with professionalism and dedication, earning the respect of his peers and laying the foundation for a long and successful career. His early experiences taught him the importance of hard work and perseverance, qualities that would serve him well throughout his life. He remained committed to his craft, always seeking new opportunities to grow and develop as an actor. This dedication and hard work ultimately paid off, leading to his rise to stardom and cementing his place in Hollywood history. In 1954, actor Charles Bronson decided to make a significant change to his identity. He was born Charles Buczynski, but he chose to adopt the surname Bronson. This decision came about during a tense period in American history, specifically when the House Un-American Activities Committee was conducting its proceedings. The committee was investigating suspected communists and those with ties to communist activities. Bronson, whose original last name Buczynski sounded Russian, worried that he might be unfairly associated with communism. This was a time of heightened suspicion and fear, and having a name that could be perceived as foreign or communist sounding could lead to unwanted scrutiny and difficulties in his career. Therefore, to avoid any potential problems and to better assimilate into mainstream American society and the entertainment industry, he opted to change his name. The name Bronson was chosen as his new surname, marking a fresh start and a distancing from any perceived connections to communism. This change was a strategic move to protect his career and reputation during a challenging political climate, and it ultimately contributed to his success as a prominent actor in Hollywood. This decision reflects the pressures and anxieties of the era, where even a name could be a source of suspicion, and where individuals felt compelled to alter their identities to navigate the prevailing political landscape. The name change allowed him to move forward without the burden of potential prejudice, paving the way for his rise to fame as a tough and iconic figure in film. This transformation highlights the impact of historical events on personal choices and the lengths to which people would go to safeguard their livelihoods and reputations. The adoption of the name Bronson was a pivotal moment in his life, shaping his public persona and influencing his career trajectory in ways that might not have been possible under his original name. It was a calculated decision made in response to specific historical circumstances, demonstrating the intersection of personal identity and political realities. Following some time in the film industry, Charles Bronson experienced a notable surge in popularity across Europe. Even though he wasn't always chosen for roles in major, expensive movies, his presence on screen resonated strongly with European audiences. A key moment in this rise to fame occurred when the well-known French actor Alain Delon extended an invitation to Bronson to come to France. This invitation proved to be a turning point in Bronson's career, leading to a significant role in the successful film Adieu l'ami, which translates to Farewell, Friend, released in 1968. This movie became a hit, and further solidified Bronson's status as a prominent actor in Europe. His tough guy persona and distinctive look appealed to many viewers, and he continued to make films that were popular on the continent. This period marked a significant chapter in his career, setting the stage for future success and recognition on a global scale. His work in Europe helped to establish him as a bankable star, demonstrating his appeal to diverse audiences and his ability to connect with viewers beyond American shores. The impact of Adieu l'ami and his subsequent European films cannot be overstated, as they played a crucial role in shaping his image and expanding his fan base. This fame eventually circled back to the United States, influencing how he was perceived and the types of roles he was offered later in his career. His time in Europe was a formative period, filled with opportunities that might not have been available to him otherwise, and it ultimately contributed to his lasting legacy in the world of cinema. In 1963, Charles Bronson took on a memorable role in the film The Great Escape. He played Flight Lieutenant Danny Valinsky. Valinsky was known as an expert in digging tunnels. This was a role Bronson felt connected to. He understood the character's struggles because he himself dealt with claustrophobia, a fear of enclosed spaces. This personal connection likely added depth to his performance, making his portrayal of Valinsky all the more believable and compelling for audiences. The film became a classic, and Bronson's role as the tunnel expert remains one of his most recognized. His ability to bring a sense of realism to the character, possibly influenced by his own experiences, helped to solidify the film's impact. The Great Escape showcased Bronson's talent and contributed to his growing fame as a versatile actor. His performance resonated with viewers, further establishing him as a prominent figure in Hollywood. The film's success also highlighted his capacity to portray complex characters with both strength and vulnerability. This role was a key moment in his career, demonstrating his ability to connect with audiences on a personal level. It also showed his dedication to bringing authenticity to his characters, even when facing personal challenges. His portrayal of Valinsky remains a testament to his skill as an actor, and his ability to draw upon his own life experiences to enhance his performances. The Great Escape is still celebrated today, and Bronson's contribution to the film is fondly remembered. His character's expertise in tunnel digging and his personal struggles with claustrophobia made him a compelling and relatable figure. This role helped to solidify Bronson's reputation as a talented and versatile actor, capable of bringing depth and authenticity to his performances. His connection to the character's challenges added a layer of realism that resonated with audiences, making his portrayal of Valinsky a memorable part of the film's legacy. During the 1970s, Charles Bronson became a major star in Hollywood, known for playing tough and strong characters. He acted in several popular movies during this time, which helped make him famous. One of these movies was called Breakout, where he played a man trying to escape from prison. Another film, Breakheart Pass, featured him in a suspenseful mystery set on a train. He also starred in Hard Times, a movie about street fighting during the Great Depression. These roles and others helped to build his image as a tough guy that people liked to watch. Because of his success, Bronson became one of the highest-paid actors in the movie business. In 1975, he was ranked as the fourth most popular actor in terms of how many people his movies brought to the theaters. This shows just how much audiences enjoyed seeing him on the screen, and it cemented his place as a top star of the decade. His ability to portray strong, silent, and determined characters resonated with many viewers, making him a box office draw and a memorable figure in film history. He continued to make action-packed films, further establishing his legacy as a prominent figure in the action genre. His impact on cinema during this period was significant, and his films remain popular even today. His performances were characterized by a certain intensity and stoicism, which appealed to a wide audience. He often played characters who were fighting against injustice or protecting the innocent, which added to his appeal. His films were not always critical successes, but they were consistently popular with audiences, making him a reliable box office draw. He worked with many well-known directors and actors during this time, further solidifying his place in Hollywood. His career continued to thrive, and he remained a popular actor for many years to come. His legacy as a tough guy in Hollywood endures, and he is remembered as one of the most iconic action stars of the 1970s. His influence can still be seen in many action films today, and his films continue to be enjoyed by audiences around the world. His unique style and presence made him a memorable and enduring figure in the world of cinema. Charles Bronson is well known for his role in the Death Wish series. This series started in 1974. In these movies, Bronson played a man who took the law into his own hands. These films were not without controversy because they showed someone becoming a vigilante. A vigilante is someone who tries to stop crime, but does it outside of the law. The first Death Wish movie did very well. It made $22 million when it was shown in theaters. This made the movie very popular at the time. The Death Wish series continued with several sequels. Each movie showed Bronson's character dealing with crime in his own way. These movies often showed violence and raised questions about justice. Some people thought the movies were exciting and showed what could happen when people felt unsafe. Others worried that they might encourage people to take the law into their own hands. The Death Wish series remains a topic of discussion. It is remembered for its action and the questions it raised about crime and punishment. Bronson's role in these films is one of the most famous parts of his career. The movies continue to be watched and talked about even today. They show a time when people were very worried about crime and were looking for answers. The Death Wish series is a reminder of those times and the debates that surrounded them. The impact of these films is still felt in discussions about crime and justice. The series made a big impression on many people. It is a significant part of Charles Bronson's legacy. The films continue to be relevant because they deal with issues that people still care about. The Death Wish series is an important part of movie history. It is a reflection of the fears and concerns of the time. The series is a testament to Bronson's ability to portray a tough and determined character. The movies are still watched and debated today. They are a reminder of the complex issues surrounding crime and justice. The Death Wish series is a lasting part of Charles Bronson's career. It is a series that continues to provoke thought and discussion. The films are a reflection of the times in which they were made. They are a reminder of the challenges of dealing with crime and violence. The Death Wish series is a significant part of movie history. It is a series that continues to be relevant today. The films are a testament to Bronson's talent and the power of storytelling. The series is a reminder of the importance of addressing the root causes of crime. The Death Wish series is a lasting legacy of Charles Bronson. It is a series that continues to inspire debate and discussion. The films are a reflection of the human desire for justice and safety. They are a reminder of the need for effective and fair law enforcement. The Death Wish series is a significant part of popular culture. It is a series that continues to be watched and analyzed. The films are a testament to the enduring power of the vigilante theme. They are a reminder of the importance of finding solutions to crime that are both effective and just. The Death Wish films, starring Charles Bronson, became very well known, but they also caused a lot of disagreement. These movies showed someone taking the law into their own hands, which some people thought was wrong. They worried that it might encourage others to do the same, and that it wasn't right to show violence as a solution. Even though his agent had concerns, Bronson felt the movies had an important message. He thought they showed how bad revenge could be, and that it wasn't a good way to solve problems. Despite the controversy, the Death Wish series kept going with more movies. These films made people think about justice, violence, and what happens when people feel they have to protect themselves because the police can't. The debate around these movies continues even now, with people still discussing whether they were helpful or harmful. The films definitely left a mark on society and how we view crime and punishment. The idea of someone becoming a vigilante, like Bronson's character, is still something people talk about and see in other movies and TV shows. The impact of Death Wish is still felt today. Away from the cameras, Charles Bronson was known to be just as strong-willed as the characters he played in movies. Stories circulated about his quick temper and how he didn't always get along with movie directors. One tale from his younger days even says he broke a sergeant's arm during a fight. This image of a tough guy in real life added to his fame as a fearless actor. People saw him as someone who didn't back down, whether he was acting or not. This reputation made him even more interesting to his fans, who admired his strength and toughness both on and off the screen. He was seen as a man who lived by his own rules, and this made him a unique figure in Hollywood. His life outside of acting contributed to the legend of Charles Bronson, the strong and silent type who wasn't afraid of anything. This perception shaped how people viewed his movies and his overall persona, creating a lasting impression of a man who was as tough in real life as he was in his films. His interactions with others and the stories that emerged painted a picture of someone who was not to be trifled with, further solidifying his image as a real-life tough guy. This reputation, whether entirely accurate or somewhat exaggerated, became an integral part of his public identity, influencing how he was perceived and remembered. The stories of his temper and physical altercations contributed to the mystique surrounding him, making him a figure of both admiration and caution. This complex image helped to cement his place in Hollywood history as more than just an actor, but as a symbol of rugged individualism and unwavering strength. His off-screen persona became intertwined with his on-screen roles, blurring the lines between reality and fiction, and creating a lasting legacy that continues to fascinate and intrigue. Regarding Charles Bronson's personal life, a significant chapter involves his marriage to actress Jill Ireland. This union occurred in 1968, marking the culmination of a somewhat complex situation. Prior to their marriage, Jill Ireland was married to actor David McCallum. Reportedly, Bronson and McCallum were friends, and during a film shoot together, Bronson expressed his interest in Ireland to McCallum. This eventually led to Ireland and McCallum's divorce, and her subsequent marriage to Bronson. Their relationship became a prominent aspect of Bronson's public image, and they often appeared together in films. Furthermore, Bronson had several children, one of whom is Katrina Holden Bronson. Katrina was adopted by Bronson, adding to his family and solidifying his role as a father. His personal relationships, particularly his marriage to Jill Ireland and his children, played a significant role in shaping his life outside of his acting career. These relationships provided a glimpse into the man behind the tough guy persona he often portrayed on screen, revealing a more personal and familial side. The impact of these relationships extended beyond his immediate family, influencing his career choices and public perception. His dedication to his family was evident in his actions and public statements, further humanizing the actor known for his stoic and often violent roles. The story of his marriage to Jill Ireland remains a notable part of Hollywood lore, illustrating the intertwined nature of personal lives and professional careers in the entertainment industry. His role as a father, particularly his adoption of Katrina Holden Bronson, highlights his commitment to family and his willingness to embrace unconventional paths to build a loving home. These aspects of his personal life offer a deeper understanding of Charles Bronson, beyond the characters he portrayed on screen, revealing a man with complex relationships and a strong sense of family. His legacy includes not only his contributions to cinema, but also the personal connections he forged and maintained throughout his life, leaving a lasting impact on those who knew him and admired him. Later in life, Charles Bronson experienced several health challenges. One significant issue was the need for a hip replacement, which can be a difficult procedure, especially for someone older. As his health declined, Bronson made the decision to retire from acting in the mid-1990s. This was a significant change for him, as acting had been a major part of his life and identity for many years. In 2003, at the age of 81, Charles Bronson passed away. The cause of his death was respiratory failure and metastatic lung cancer. Respiratory failure means his lungs were no longer able to provide enough oxygen to his body. Metastatic lung cancer indicates that the cancer had spread from his lungs to other parts of his body, making it more difficult to treat. His passing marked the end of a long and successful career in the film industry, leaving behind a legacy of tough guy roles and memorable performances. His health struggles were a private battle towards the end, away from the spotlight that had shone on him for so long. Charles Bronson, known for his tough guy roles, had a softer side that many people didn't see. Even though he played strong characters on screen, he enjoyed painting and making sculptures. These hobbies showed a different side to his personality, one that was creative and thoughtful. Furthermore, Bronson was very careful about germs. He didn't like shaking hands because he wanted to avoid getting sick. This caution was a big part of his daily life. In addition to his concern about germs, Bronson had a strong fear of fire. This fear affected how he lived and the choices he made. It was a significant part of his life, even though he often played fearless characters in movies. His fear of fire was a personal challenge that he dealt with